Welcome. So to begin with, we're going to explore a rhythm cycle that actually doesn't exist, which is a rhythm cycle of one beat. And what I mean by that is before we go on to explore all these different lengthy cycles of beats in Indian music, we're going to look at how we can subdivide one beat of music and really build some rhythm skills. So this might be very basic to start with, but very quickly you'll see some of the complexity involved in it. So right now we're going to look at dividing the beat, first not at all, then dividing it in 2, and in 3, and in 4, just that much. And you probably know that we use these vocal syllables that we call bowls to both learn this music, and it's also the actual syllables that we use to play tabla, so very, very important subject matter in and of itself. And we'll use some very simple ones just to get going here. So for 1 per beat, we'll use the syllable ta, T-A. If we want to do 2 per beat, we add the syllable ka, K-A, ta-ka. Let's just go that far and then I'll show you 3 and 4. So for 1, ta, you're going to need to clap and pronounce that with me. So ta, 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 ta. Very simple. If we want to do 2 per beat, or eighth notes if you speak Western music lingo, we would go ta-ka, 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 ta. So now we move on to 3. We keep ta on the downbeat. The ka becomes ki. We usually spell it K-I. And the third syllable is te or ta, T-E. So ta, ki, ta. Ta, ki, ta. Ta, ki, ta. Ta, ki, ta. Just get comfortable saying the syllables first, and then let's hear how it sounds in beat. So ta, ki, ta, 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 ta. Good. For 4, I'm going to give you some syllables that are played on tabla. All 3 of these so far, if I had a set of tabla in front of me, or there is any tabla player listening to this and they've had some basic lessons, they could play ta, they could play ta-ki-ta, they could play ta-ka. We're also going to do a syllable for 4, straight from tabla, ta-ka, we already know, dhe-ne. We spell it D-H-E-N-E. Ta-Ka-Dhe-Ne or Ta-Ka-Dhe-Ne. You'll hear me maybe go back and forth with that variation in pronunciation. So Ta-Ka-Dhe-Ne, 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 Ta. So I'm going to go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. Very simple. Ta, 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 ta-ka, 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 ta-ki-ta, 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 ta-ka-dhe-ne, 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 ta-dhe-ne, ta-ka-dhe-ne, 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 ta. Let me do that one more time, and this time, once I get to 4, I'll go in the reverse direction and do 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta, 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 ta-ka, 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 ta-ki-ta, 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 ta-ka-dhe-ne, 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 ta-ki-ta, 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 ta-ka, 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 ta, 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 ta. Very simple. So let's learn a little bit of terminology. What are we actually doing here? These different relative speeds, what we're doing here is dividing the beat 1, 2, 3, and 4. We call these goons or goonies. So the first speed, only one syllable per beat, we call that ek-gun, ek being one. 2 syllables is du-gun or do-gun. Do is 2. Teen is 3, so teen-gun or ti-gun, and then cho-gun for 4. Now, very briefly, I just want to mention there's a North Indian system that we're teaching here. There's also a very, very developed South Indian system of rhythm, and they have common roots, and they share some common concepts and terminology, but there's also some divisions. So I'll reference a few things because you may hear it and be a little bit confused how it fits with the North Indian system, or even these days, many North Indian musicians, even knowingly or not, borrow South Indian terminology. So for instance, if we were in 3 per beat, in the Western music, of course, if you know that, we call that triplets. Teen-gun is our term in the North, Tisra Jati is our term in the South. If we're in 4 per beat, cho-gun, our 16th notes in Western music, and that's called Chatusra Jati in the South. So just so you know that in case you run across that terminology, that you're not confused. So ek-gun, do-gun, teen-gun or Tisra Jati, cho-gun or Chatusra Jati. So those are some basic things just from 1 to 4. In the next lesson, we will dig into 5 and 6 and get a little more complicated with that, and we'll develop this out probably all the way up to maybe 9 per beat, and then we'll carry on from there. Thanks.